Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carrie Bodendorf, and I'm back with another edition of the Melt Insider. Today, I'm here with Michele Kitching. Welcome, Michele.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here.
So, Michele, tell us where you live and how you first came across the melt method.
Okay, so I live in Holly Springs, North Carolina, but I'm from way down south. I forgot to tell you, Carrie, South Africa.
I can tell there was a little accent there.
Yes, yes. So we've lived here for 20 years.
Wonderful.
And you want to know how I discovered melt?
Yeah. How'd you come across
Okay.
it?
Well, in 2020, along with everybody else that was having a crisis, my oldest was a senior in high school, and there was a lot going on with her. And I took on all that stress, and my body just naturally went, and I was stuck in a tuck. I didn't even know it, though. That was the crazy part. And I'm also a yoga teacher. And I was like, oh, well, snap. One morning I woke out of bed, the sudden chronic pain experience, and my whole back chain locked up. But as a yoga teacher, I was like, no problem. But no, it got worse.
Wow.
And then my neighbor up the street, she told me, enter melt, about melt. And I just slowly, systematically followed the process of working with the hands and feet first. That's all I could do because it got really bad. And now I can say I am 100%, I'll be 50 next year, living my best life, free of pain and just moving and grooving.
That's awesome. So, Michele, how did you get started? Did you start taking melt classes with a melt instructor, or did you go to Melt on Demand?
I actually went on to Melt on Demand. And I was kind of depressed as well about all of this. And I stayed at home a lot because it was an effort for me to go anywhere, sit in a chair. I was going to be aggravating. So I just poured into that Melt on Demand channel and listened to Sue's beautiful voice over and over. And I was comforted. I was given hope, and slowly but surely just came out of the fog.
Wonderful. That's
So
wonderful. So then I'm assuming you were inspired somehow to take the training. So why don't you tell us about your training experience?
So I just wanted to share this with everybody. And so I was like, I'm doing it. I'm going to go for it. And I'm so glad I did. I was a little nervous how it was going to be because I was like online, I did my yoga training in person. But I think I told you this before. After the 3 months of training, it's phenomenal. I felt more prepared to share the method than I was starting to be a yoga teacher after a year of in-person.
Great to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. It's really awesome.
Excellent. So from what I understand, Michele, you have hit the ground running. You just graduated at the very end of December, right after Christmas. And can you please share with everyone what you have already accomplished?
Right. So I'm so jazzed about helping people, and my eyes are awakened, and I can see now people in the repetitive postures, and just I hear like people have become so complacent that it's okay to not sleep. They almost make it a badge. And I'm like, no, 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 no. We can help you with that. Like, don't give up. Like, I'm so passionate to get people out of that mindset that it's, oh, you're just getting old. Well, I call bullshit on that.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, I do too. I drive my husband crazy. I'm like, look at that person. They need to melt. Look at that person. They need to melt. They're in pain. Their hip hurts. You can tell.
Yes. And of course, the emotional trauma that people have gone through, with COVID, and it's still going on, and trying to sort of reshape their lives. So that really spurred me, like, I can't keep this gold to myself. It must be shared, even if it's just in a tiny way. But I'm also motivated to take all the levels of training because I want to be a master melter. And I have my eye on the Pilates. We didn't talk about that, but
Melt for Pilates. Yeah.
yes. Anyway, so that requires a little funding, although I definitely think the training is well priced and well worth every penny. Money does need to come from somewhere.
Exactly.
So,
So tell us how you've already made money.
okay, so I just decided to use those butterflies in my stomach that are there constantly and know, okay, this is good energy to fuel me forward to share. And I just took out a big calendar and I planned it out. Okay, these are my goals. I want to do a workshop, this date, and then follow on with the 4-week series. And I just planned it all out till the end of June.
Wonderful.
And January's been great. I've completed 4 workshops and I've melted 24 people.
Wonderful.
And of those, 11 have booked a 4-week series and 4 are doing an ongoing weekly class with me. And I have, let's see, I'm reading this because I wrote it all down. I have another 9 workshops booked with 63 people signed up from until the end of February with a couple openings.
That's amazing, Michele. So after all is said and done, it sounds like you've already made your training money back. The money
Just about. Yeah, because I've also sold some product. And don't be afraid, the affiliate program, just follow the steps and don't get stuck. Just it is doable to do.
Right.
Apparently I have commission already.
Well, and just to give people a little reference, because maybe people are watching this video far in the future, she graduated at the end of December and it is only the 25th of January. Like it's not even 4 weeks from when she graduated. So I just love your enthusiasm about this. And you shared a story with me about a client who you've been working with for 6 weeks.
Yes.
Would you want to share that?
Yes. So in my home yoga studio, I was able to kind of share with her while I was being trained a few moves. And she's 66. She was afraid she was going to have to give up golf. She really didn't even look forward to walking her dog. And after 6 weeks of just slowly introducing her to moves, she stood up in class the other day because now more people are coming to class. And she said, well, I used to have severe back pain. I thought my life was over. And now I have 0 back pain.
In 6 weeks.
Yes. Yeah. And so we also talked about not being afraid if just one person shows up, because I don't want to seem like, oh, I'm like so fabulous, because it's scary and it's okay just to have one person show up. That's okay. Right. And the word will get out in time. But you also
somewhere.
Yes, but we also spoke about you have to put some effort in.
Right. It doesn't land in your lap. You do have to pound the pavement. You've got to talk to people. And you already have all of these ideas that you sent me. Why don't you tell me some of your ideas of places that you want to approach and do workshops for?
Okay, well, I'm super excited. February 3rd, I'm already going to my chiropractor's office to melt his staff. So
wonderful.
Pray for me that day that it lands well, because I feel like if I can get, a medical doctor on board, I'm like, yay. Mm-hmm. My dentist's office have agreed for me to come in. My landscapers, oh my gosh, I see them bending over, and I'm like, oh. And they'd already invited me to do a chair yoga at a corporate event. So I have said, no, I'll come with a ball.
Yeah.
And so that is something that's in the works. Wonderful. And then my husband works for a big corporate office, Levitate, and I am working on his boss to have me come in and do some just hand and foot stuff.
Yeah.
What else? My hairdresser has said I could come in. So you can just, if you see somebody, you just be like, oh, you need milk, and then ask.
Right. Yeah.
Don't be. What are they going to do? They can say no. That's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I love all of those ideas because remember, everybody needs to melt. And I think sometimes when we advertise, it's like this class is for everybody. If you have anything going on in your body, come to this class. And sometimes when we talk to everyone, we talk to no one. So having workshops that are specific to, you know, different groups of people, like I love that you're going to go to your dentist office. I mean, those poor hygienists just kind of slouch and hunch over people all day long. They all end up with rotator cuff issues. I had two people, my main dentist and a couple, actually there might have been three, a couple of the hygienists out in the same time with rotator cuff surgery.
Oh, and that's their livelihood.
I know. So if they did a little hand treatment, right, they could combat all of those repetitive postures and patterns that they get themselves into. So I love your enthusiasm. I love your ideas. I think you're going to be an inspiration to a lot of our instructors. And I really appreciate you coming on. And if you want to advertise, like where do you teach? We can put your email address and your website, if you have one, or business Facebook page in the comments of this video, so we can help get you some more business as well.
Oh, well, thank you. That's really kind. I'd be excited and honored. And I just want to thank Sue and everyone. Kim was my pod leader, and you for embracing me with this opportunity to continue to grow. I'm just forever blessed.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Michele.
Oh, thanks, Carrie.
Happy melting, everybody.
Yes, happy melting.